Hey, good morning. I'm going to do an update on Naaman and also on Murray and Rose. So for Naaman, I'm saving the bugs for the afternoon. So he's got some turnip greens and some calcium powder that has vitamin D. My UVB light does not say on there that it has vitamin D. I don't know how that works. I'm going to look into that. But Fluker's has their calcium powder with D, and they also have calcium powder without D. If you have a bulb that has D in it, like an Arcadia bulb, you would want to use the other one. So Naaman does eat turnip greens. Yes, you do, little one. And she jumped down there like, okay, finally there's food. I was trying to wait to get a fecal sample to test that again. I got two different batches of meds again. I saw coccidia again on Friday, and the vet called me. We had a great conversation. So she gave more meds for coccidia since I saw that. And what she saw when she did a fecal, because she has a much better microscope, she saw pinworms. And I'm still working on recognizing all the parasites. Of course, my dragons don't necessarily have them all, but I'm waiting for... You're so sweet. I'm waiting for Naaman to poo today so I can test again and see if I can spot those. My microscope only goes up to 1,000 magnification. I don't know if that's enough to see pinworms. Eat your food. Eat your food. But I'm going to try. And half the time, if it's dried out, I don't know that it works. Look. Can you eat this, or do I have to feed you? Huh? Do I have to feed you every time? I'm not doing that. I did that with Rose, and now that's the only way she wants to eat. Yeah. Hey, get down there and get it. There you go. You sound like tiny little scissors when you eat. So if you notice, a little bit of wrinkles on the back, not as bloated. That's a good sign. That is a really good sign. And see, this is another reason I didn't put a ton of stuff in the tank. I didn't want to have to clean all that. If you have parasites and you're having to clean, I did buy a pot, a cheap pot at the thrift store. I can boil water and I can put, you know, the little blankets in there because everything dies, you know, pretty much immediately when you use the boiling water. So that's how I'm going to clean those blankets before I put them in the washer. You're doing so good. So I have 5 days of pinworm treatment that's mixed with something to kill off coccidia. And then specifically coccidia medication for 2 days. 48 hours apart. So today she gets the second one. And the last time I did a fecal, I saw no coccidia. Well, correction, I saw one in the whole slide, and that's it. So I'm going to hopefully see the same thing today. And that's how that goes. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good, little baby. So hard to pet the tiny ones. All right, let's go check out Murray. Hey, pretty boy. Hello, Murray. Murray's doing good. He was having runny poop for a long time. And I did a fecal, didn't see anything, but I'm looking forward to him doing another. So I can do another fecal. I didn't see anything, but it was my first time looking. One thing I noticed, he wasn't digesting the carrots. And if carrots are the thing that cause runny poo, then so be it. But I stopped giving carrots, and the first time he pooped after that, it was not runny. So maybe that was the culprit. I've been giving him Nutrabac probiotics. Let me show you those. I got these on Amazon, and as soon as you get them, well, it's a powder. As soon as you get that, it goes in the fridge. and I sprinkle that on his greens every time. Now, if a dragon doesn't have runny poo, don't do that every time. Maybe once every week, once every 2 weeks, something like that. And that's helping him also. Other than that, Murray's doing great. He and Rose like to stare each other down. If you have multiple dragons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They did like to hang out for a little while, but he really prefers his own tank. And he's doing just fine, basking in the summer sunshine. I do keep an eye on the heat in his tank, so it doesn't get too hot. And that's about it for him. Murray's just doing great. So now let's check out Rose. I love my log. I do. What are you doing? Showing me your mouth a little bit? She does that when she's hungry. I'm about to get some collard greens for her and for Murray. And it also gets a little bit warm. Let's see. Yeah, her basking bulb is off. I keep their basking bulbs off when the sunshine comes in. I know you're hungry, baby girl. I know. Look how pretty. I took her big cave out. She can't really climb that thing, and it gets in her way. She can't maneuver in and out of it. It was a good idea at the time, but most of those caves they have, they're really slick. Not really great for dragons. So she is a beautiful color this morning. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I'm trying to get a fecal for her. She tends to want to poo overnight or in the bath. So last night I had her in the bath, and if you're on my Instagram, you saw she likes to go under the running faucet. So I had that on for her a little bit. But she never went. She's not eating as much these days. She's 6 years old. Adult dragons don't always eat every day. And they probably shouldn't, because you're going to end up with an overweight dragon after a while. But I had a big plastic lid to a storage container on the side of the bath. I thought, okay, if you're going to poo in the bath, I'm going to just slip you over on top of that and then get a good fecal sample and then put her back in the bath and clean her off. It's convenient when they go in the bath. You can just rinse it down the drain. But when you're trying to get a sample, it's difficult. So we're going to try to do that. But she's doing really well. You can't see her beautiful colors right now because of the light is behind her, but she's happy. She's next to my desk. She gets to watch TV with me during the day. And I've got her little hammock over there for nighttime. So for now, as mobile as she is, or is not, this tank setup is pretty good. I have a super soft crocheted little blanket thing over there. And I've got her little stuffed animal. She started off on that, but she has always really loved her log. And that's what she's on. So as soon as I get some super worms, I'm going to do more physical therapy with her and let her get some movement and exercise. And I'm not going to do that too many days in a row. That caused constipation before. Imagine that. So this is how she's doing. I got her, if you're new to this story, I got her January 2021 as a 5-year-old female. And first we had to go through 4 different types of bacterial infections. Then she had egg laying problems, and then last November she had a clear checkup. She had good blood work. Her fecal was clear of everything. And then January she started laying eggs again, and it was not going well. She was laying the egg yolks. She had yolk peritonitis. I want to say peritonitis. She had some issues with her reproductive organs, so she was spayed in March, and now she's just loving life. You know, she and Murray hung out for a little while, even in the same tank for a bit, and he's now back in his other tank. They really, really liked it at first, and then eventually they just didn't seem to like each other, and maybe I was reading too much into it, but they're in separate tanks now, so that's okay. Separate windows, separate everything. For the most part, they're okay, but I can tell, like, she misses him, but they can see each other. You can see his tank over there. There's my microscope for the fecals. And that's how that goes. So all 3 Jackins are doing pretty well, and in between these little video segments, Naaman did poop right in the food bowl next to all that beautiful food. So I gotta make him another dish. So I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. Please like the video, comment if you can, help get this channel, you know, some exposure. And thank you to the folks who donated. And there's donation links below. There is a link to our Instagram. And if you have questions, let me know. Thank you so much. We are really enjoying all the support. That really helps. Thank you. Until next time.